Good morning to all of you. First of all, I want to introduce myself. Myself Ankit Acharya, working as an assistant professor in Asmukh Goswami College of Engineering. And today my content is GTU question paper solution of the subject of vector calculus and linear algebra of June 2009. So let's see. Up to question number 2b we already see. So let's see question number up to question number 2c we already see. So let's see question number 2d. Second part. By using Gauss-Jordan method, elimination, find the inverse of the given matrix. Here is a 3 cross 3 matrix. In this question asked in 3 marks. 1 by 5. The first row is 1 by 5, 1 by 5 minus 2 by 5. The second row is 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 1 upon 10. And the third row is 1 by 5 minus 4 by 5 and 1 by 10. So normally how we find inverse of the any 3 cross 3 matrix using Gauss-Jordan method? What we have to do? You can see this is our solution. The first matrix, this is augmented matrix. The first matrix, this matrix is our matrix A, and this is our identity matrix, right? Now using row operations, using some row operations, this identity matrix we want here in left hand side, and whatever the right hand side matrix, that is our exactly the inverse of the given matrix A. So first, here is our first step. We write this, we want to find the inverse of this matrix, so that's why we written here in this manner, that first is our matrix 1 by 5, 1 upon 5 minus 2 by 5, 1 0 0, 1 upon 5, 1 upon 5, 1 upon 10, right, 0 1 0, 1 by 5 minus 4 by 5, 1 upon 10, 0 0 1. Now we use some row operations, and using that row operations we find the inverse of the given matrix A. So here is some row operations. This is 1 upon 5, 1 upon 5. What is our first process? We multiply first row, with minus 1 and add into the second row, and multiply first row with minus 1 and add into the third row. So that's why this is our leading entry. You can see this is our leading entry, or sometime it's called pivot. Below that leading entry we want 0, right, and below that leading entry exactly the same element 1 upon 5, 1 upon 5. So that's why we multiply the first row with minus 1 and add into the second and third row, right. We multiply first row with minus 1 and add into the second and third row. So now you can understand the elements how we make. This is 1 upon 5 minus 1 upon 5, 0, right. The second row become, the first row is as it is, right, because we multiply the first row and add into the second and third row. So whatever the changes makes in the is in the second and third row, right, not in the first row. The first row become as it is. The second row is 1 upon 5 minus 1 upon 5, 0, 1 upon 5 minus 1 upon 5, again 0, 1 upon 10 minus 2 by 5, right. So what is 1 upon 10 minus 2 by 5? 1 upon 2, okay, 1 upon 2. So when you take LCM, this is 1 upon 10 minus 2 by 5. So you will get 1 minus 4 by 1 minus 4 by 10, okay. So that is minus 3 by 10. So this is 1 by 2, then 0 minus 1, 0 minus 1, that is minus 1, 1 minus 0, that is 1, and 0 minus 0, 0. So that's why these elements 0 0, 1 by 2, okay, minus 1, 1 0, okay. So this is actually the okay. Now again 1 by 5 minus 1 by 5, 0, minus 4 by 5 minus 1 by 5, that is minus 5 by 5, that is minus 1. This is 1 by 10, 1 by 10 minus 2 by 5, right. So that is 1 minus 4 by 10. So that is minus, this is 1 by 2, okay. So minus 1, 0 1. Now next process, we multiply first row with 5, okay, we multiply second row with 2 and we multiply third row with minus 1. So this become 1 1, the first row become, you can understand, see, we multiply first row with 5, so this first row become 1 1 minus 2 5 0 0. Okay, now we multiply second row with 2, we multiply second row with 2. Okay, so that's why this second row become 0 0 1 minus 2 2 0. We multiply third row with minus 1, so 0 1 minus 1 by 2, sorry, 0 1 minus 1 by 2 1 0 minus 1, right. So this is our new matrix. Now again you can see the left hand part of this matrix, this is leading entry, now we have 1, below that leading entry 0, now we want here 1, right. So that's why we now interchange the second and third row. You can see the next process is R23. Okay, the next process is R23, because see, in left hand side we want identity matrix, and what is our identity matrix in 3 cross 3? 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1, right, that you all know. But already we have, this is our leading entry, below that leading entry we now already have 0. Now in the second row, this is our, this is the entry 0, but we want 1 here, right, we want 1 here. So that's why we interchange, that's why we interchange the second and third row, that's why we interchange the second and third row. So next process R23, so only the changes are in the second and third row, exactly the third row becomes second row now, 0 1 minus 1 by 2 1 0 minus 1 0 1 minus 1 by 2 1 0 minus 1, and this is 0 0 1 minus 2 2 0, that is become the third row. Okay, now this is our leading entry, below that leading entry, in the first column we have 0. Now in second column, second row, this is our leading entry, now below that we already have leading entry, but above this leading entry we want 0 here. So that's why now we multiply second row with minus 1 and add into the first row. Okay, that's why we multiply the second row with minus 1 and add into the first row. Okay, so this is our next process. You can see the third row is as it is, 0 0 1. Okay, the second row is also as it is, 0 1 minus 1 by 2, just changes are in the first row. Okay, so because of we multiply second row with minus 1 and add into the first row, we have 1 minus 0, right, we have 1 minus 0, that is 1 1 minus 1 here 0, this is minus 2 minus 1 by 2, minus 2 minus 1 by 2. Okay, or sorry, minus 2 plus 1 by 2, so that's why become minus 4 when you take LCM, that is become minus 4 minus 1 plus 1 by 2. Okay, minus 4 plus 1, that is minus 3 by 2, then 5 minus 1 become 4. Okay, then 0 minus 0 0, and this is 0 minus minus 1, so that is become 1. Okay, so this is our next process, that we multiply second row with minus 1 and add it to the first row. Now next process, now again you can see in this left hand side, in the first column we now already we have 0, below that leading entry 0, in the second column this is our leading entry 1, below that leading entry and above that leading entry we now 0. In the third row, this is our leading entry, already here 1 here, right. Now what is our next process, we multiply third row with 1 by 2 and add into the second row, and we multiply third row with 3 by 2 and add into the first row. So that's why this in this entries become 0, and we will get the left hand side, we get identity matrix. So whatever the right hand side part, that is exactly the inverse of the given matrix. So here is the next process, we multiply the third row with 1 by 2 and add into the second row, and we multiply the third row with 3 by 2 and add into the first row. So the left hand side part become 1 0 0. Now how we get this part, just try to understand. We multiply the second row, right, third row with 1 by 2. Okay, so 1 minus 2 into 1 by 2, 1 minus 2 into 1 by 2, that is 0. Okay, 1 minus 2 into 1 by 2, that is 0 here. Now 0, now 0 minus 2 into 1 by 2. Okay, because of we multiply the third row with 1 by 2, so we get and add into the second row, we get 0 minus 2 into 1 by 2, so that is minus 1. Okay, that is minus 1 here. Okay, and we multiply the third row with 1 by 2 and add into the second row. This is 1 minus 0 into 1 by 2, so you get minus 1. Okay, similarly the first row become 1 3 1. So this is right hand side part, that is exactly our inverse of the given matrix. This is 1 3 1 0 1 minus 1 minus 2 2 0. Okay, so this question number 2 is complete. Now next is a question number 2, but or question 2 or question 2 in this question paper. So the one question number 2 is complete. Now this is question number 2D, question number 2D or question number 2D. Now this is quite interesting question. For which values of k and lambda, for which values of k and lambda the following system have no solution, unique solution and an infinite number of solution? That is a question. Here is 3 linear system of equations, 3 variables x plus y plus z. The first equation is x plus y plus z is equal to 6. The second equation is x plus 2y plus 3z is equal to 10. The third equation is x plus 2y plus kz is equal to lambda. Now this question asked in 4 marks in this question paper. The matrix equation of the given system is the augmented matrix, right? This is augmented matrix or the matrix equation of the given system. The first row is coming from the first equation, x plus y plus z is equal to 6, that is 1 1 1. The second row is coming from the second equation, that is x plus 2y plus 3z, that is 1 2 3. The third equation is coming from the third equation, that is 1 2 k. Okay, x y z, that is equal to 6 10 lambda, 6 10 lambda. The right hand side part is the right hand side part of the all the equation on equal to, right? So the 6 10 lambda. Now first of all, to solve this linear system of equation, we convert into a row echelon form, right? Now what is row echelon form, that you all know, the leading entry. Just try to understand first of all what is the meaning of row echelon form. I again repeat in this lecture. In any system of linear equation, to solve that system of linear equation, we use augmented matrix, and to convert that augmented matrix into a row echelon form or reduced row echelon form. Now the row echelon form contains the 3 conditions. The first condition is, first of all try to understand what is the leading entry. Leading entry means in any row the first non-zero element, we call it leading entry, or sometimes it is called pivot. Okay. Now the first condition to become a row echelon form, below that leading entry all the elements should be the 0, right? First condition, below that leading entry all the elements should be 0. Next condition, if there is any 0 row, if there is any 0 row, that means entire row contains the 0 element. If there is any 0 row, it should be the bottom of the matrix. That is the second condition. And the third condition is, if whenever you are going from above to below, your leading entry is going from left to right. Okay, your leading entry is going from left to right. So if these 3 conditions are satisfied, then you can say that your matrix is in row echelon form. So first of all we have to convert this augmented matrix, this augmented matrix, this is our augmented matrix, into row echelon form. Okay, so the augmented matrix A is 1 1 1 6, the second row is 1 2 3 10, the third row is 1 2 k lambda. So now we convert this matrix into a row echelon form. Okay, so that's why this is our we are processing two process together. The first process is we multiply second row with -1 and add into the third row, right? We multiply the second row with -1 and add into the third row. So whatever the changes is in the third row, right? You can see 0, the second row, the third row become, now when we multiply second row with -1 and add into the third row, the third row become 1 minus 1 0, 2 minus 2 0, k minus 3 and lambda minus 10, correct. Now next process is we multiply first row with -1 and add into the second row. So the second row become 1 minus 1 0, 2 minus 1 1, 3 minus 1 2 and 10 minus 6, that is 4. Okay, so now you can see this matrix is in row echelon form. This matrix is in row echelon form, correct. So for k minus 3, for k minus 3, okay, now for k minus 3 is equal to 0, just try to understand how to solve this example using, okay, if k minus 3 is equal to 0 and lambda minus 10 not equal to 0, okay, lambda minus 10 not equal to 0, okay. So in that case the system does not have solution, because of if k minus 3 is equal to 0 here, right, and this lambda minus 10 not equal to 0, so the last equation become 0 into x plus 0 into y plus 0 into z, that is equal to some non-zero element, correct. So that is a contradiction. So that's why if k minus 3 is equal to 0, this part is 0, and if lambda minus 10 not equal to 0, then the given system does not have solution. Okay. Now next is for k minus 3 not equal to 0 and lambda minus 10 not equal to 0, the given system have unique solution. Why this is possible? Because of if k minus 3 not equal to 0 and lambda minus